Hello and welcome back to Novel Gaming. I'm Doug.
I'm Katie.
And we played Sayonara Wild Hearts, a stylish 2019 rhythm action game from Cymogo and Annapurna Interactive. Do you have a one-sentence description for Sayonara Wild Hearts?
Yeah, I would loosely describe it as a rhythm action driving game that has a banger soundtrack and cool visuals. How about you?
Yeah, I think I would describe it as, I know they specifically say rhythm action. I would probably describe it as like a rhythm runner. Like, know those like infinite runner type games? It feels
yes.
I think that would be a good way to describe it to people. So I'd call it a rhythm runner. And it is a rhythm game, but it's a very different kind of rhythm game than I'm used to playing.
Yes.
The music is very good and very cool. And also, if you like tarot, maybe this is like our second game we've played that involves tarot.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that part going in.
No, me either.
I don't think there is any real content that folks should be concerned about. It has to do with like heartbreak, but it's all very abstract.
The story in it is, you don't even really have to pay attention to it.
No.
It's environmental visual stuff.
Super vibes game.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, there's like fighting in it. There's like shooting, sword fights,
some skulls,
skulls with wings,
some wolves,
but nothing. It's like all very stylized, not at all like visually realistic. It feels weird to call any of that graphic.
Yeah, none of it is. I think literally anyone could play this game. I would not be concerned with anybody being upset by this game unless they just don't like music or rhythm games.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start by how it plays, because I think both of us expected something different. So when you heard rhythm action game, what did you expect?
I didn't expect what it is, which is moving your character oftentimes left to right to hit tiny hearts or tiny diamonds or squares to collect points. And then occasionally hit buttons in rhythm. Like, you could play this game without any rhythm, and it will allow you to play without getting any sort of... Each level gets a ranking based on point level. It'll allow you to continue without having any rank in any of the levels, which is a very kind thing. So it was
you just have to get to the end of it.
A very kind rhythm game, a loose rhythm game, a vibe rhythm game. How would you describe that?
What's interesting about this game is, like, it is a rhythm game. It would be inaccurate to say that it is not a rhythm game, but it is not a rhythm game in the sense that, like, the whole game is hitting buttons in time.
Correct.
There are certain points where, like, you have quick time events that I would say are more quick time events than they are, like, rhythm game. The rhythm is honestly, like, there for you to figure out levels. If you learn the rhythm of the level, you can get through it faster, or you can avoid all of the things without having to necessarily think about them. You could miss every single heart, you could miss every single diamond, and as long as you get to the end, you've beat the level. But if you want to get high scores, you do kind of have to, like, get the rhythm of the song, and you start to realize that, like, oh, if I move back and forth on this track with the rhythm of the song, I will be more successful at this level. So it ends up being this sort of like smoother type of rhythm game that has less to do with like hitting beats and more to do with like kind of getting in sync with like the song that is playing in the level.
Yeah, it's like, it's way more fluid in it. It feels more like dancing to a rhythm game rather than like, let me make sure I hit precise button. When I say dancing, I don't mean like a DDR dancing. I mean like dancing for fun with your friends, and you're just kind of vibing with the music and flowing with the music. And that's, I feel like it's less precise. It's more casual.
Yeah, you have free movement.
Yeah.
You're not like on a track. And you're not like limited.
Yeah. I feel like when I hear rhythm game, I do imagine much more precise, hit the beat very precisely. And there are a little bit of parts of that within there, especially around the fighting and things. But it is way more loose. And honestly, it was delightful.
Yeah.
The mechanics of it stay pretty similar. throughout the whole game, but the way that they then change what you're doing with those mechanics,
yes,
beautiful,
yes,
and joyful and fun. It's
right.
so fun.
Every time they introduce like a new way to dance, I love the way you put that, a new way to like dance through the level, it's always so much fun because they don't tell you anything in this game. They just kind of show you and guide you through. And one thing I really liked about this game is like, there's no tutorial. You just start doing things. The first like chunk or quote chapter of the game, the first few levels are just kind of like getting you used to how the default version of the game works. And then they just slowly incorporate these new little ways to play. So at certain points, eventually you end up on like a motorcycle. So then it's like, oh, it's a little bit more like a driving game until you get to a car when it's like very much a driving game. Or there's like points where you have guns on your motorcycle and it turns into sort of like a Galaga style shooter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
sometimes you're in third person from behind, sometimes you're kind of on the side, sometimes you're first person.
First person threw me. And it was hard, but like I kind of wanted more of it. Like I was like, that was kind of cool. Like doing like a motorcycle in first person like that.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
Everything about it is so cool. Like every time they introduced or did something, it always felt like it was adding on. And genuinely, I felt like surprising each time. I was like, I don't know what's going to happen next, but I know it's going to be like, it's going to potentially make me like laugh a little because of how fun it is.
Sailboat.
Yeah, like a sailboat. Or like when your sword turns into a kind of hoverboard plane sort of thing.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
We haven't talked a ton about the visuals, and I feel like we should at least a little bit, in addition to talking about the music. The visuals are so fun.
Very cool.
Like bold, kind of neon-ish colors, the very strong purple, pink vibes. I was really digging. You can tell they're people, but they're stylized, and they're in fun costumes and sometimes wearing wolf masks, or
sometimes they have a blonde Farquaad cut.
I was going to say, I'm so glad that I was like reading your notes and I was like, you have to say this out loud. Blonde Farquaad.
Yeah, the visuals are very cool. It's like these two descriptions sound really reductive, and I don't mean for them to be, but like it's sort of like the way that like we fit models people or like just dance models people, but like much more stylized and sort of like artistic, if that makes any sort of sense, where it's like a very minimal sort of character model, but with a lot of like flash and really bold colors and really bold clothing.
Like if those were cool. Objectively cool.
Right. Yeah, this is to say that this game is exceptionally cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the visuals are super cool. I think they do a good job also of having environments that are like detailed and distinct without distracting from like the main element of the game, which is staying on the track and paying attention to like what you're supposed to be doing and where you're supposed to be. I think they did a good job stylizing and building those environments without them getting lost or being distracting, which is very, very hard balance to strike, I would imagine.
Yeah. The music in this game, so I played this game after work, after doing a bunch of, cooking and making dinner and cleaning up, and I was like, I'm tired, and then I'd play it and I'd be like, within 3 minutes, I was like jazzed because the music is so good. And I was like, I'm just gonna let the intro music go and I'm just gonna dance a little as I
let the intro music play a lot.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah,
the music is so good.
It is really good. It sort of ranges from like kind of dream poppy sort of like ethereal vibes like the intro music to dabbling in sort of various kinds of like electro pop or like ever so slightly touching on like dubstep, not going fully in because that would almost like disrupt the vibe, but just like a toe in there. So it's cool because there is like a variety, but it's all very much within its specific aesthetic. It's not trying to be like it's not trying to be like here's your like hip hop song and here's your rock and roll song and here's your country song. Like it knows exactly what it's its musical vibe is, and there's still very like variation within it.
Yeah, I'm so excited to listen to this soundtrack now in my life. I was like, I can't listen to it until I beat the game, but now I beat the game so I can listen to it.
That's how I felt too.
How are you feeling about this game?
It's a thumbs up. I've been wanting to play it, but I kept putting it off. I must have gone in with some sort of hesitation despite wanting to play it, and I'm walking out being like, that game was so cool.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't I play it earlier? Maybe I'm appreciating it more because we played it knowing we were going to talk about it, and so I was paying more attention to it, and I was like letting myself be in it more. But I really like it, and it's a big thumbs up for me.
Yeah.
How about you?
Same. Yeah, big thumbs up. It just delighted me so much. And it's like a good game to come back to. The levels are short. And so it's like, now that I've played through it, I could see myself like, just looking to play something a little bit and then just playing it a little bit. It's so easy to pick up and play a level or two and put it back down and do something else. In addition, just playing through all of it in a short amount of time too.
Yeah. We've talked about and praised short games a lot, and this is absolutely one of them.
Yeah. So big thumbs up, and thank you everybody for watching. If you want to hear a longer version of this conversation, check out the link to our podcast episode in the description below. And we'll see you soon with a new video.
See you then.
Bye.